Contributing in GitHub is a process, and I'll be explaining it in this episode in the most simplest words. Let's make some honey. The process always starts in GitHub, alright? Now, I'll highlight the steps in which you need to make so that you can contribute to a GitHub project. First, you need to fork the repository, and I'll be explaining what is forking in this episode. Secondly, you need to clone that forked repository. Thirdly, you have to branch. Now this happens in the local machine, on which I will be explaining in the next episode. We'll actually be contributing in the next episode. The fourth step will be making changes to that project. After that, I will be committing the changes. The next process is pushing the changes to GitHub, to the contributors GitHub repository. The seventh step is creating a pull request. It is also known as PR, creating a PR. And now the eighth step is discussing and updating. Now this happens on the side of whoever owns the project or the repository, which needs to be contributed to. And finally, merging all the changes and all the contribution to the main project. In this episode, let me shed some light to forking and cloning. That is the first process and the second process. What is the difference between the two? The difference between forking and cloning is that cloning simply means downloading the project files in your local or in your computer. Forking means you make a copy of the repository in the GitHub account. Alright? That is now the difference. And I'll be showing you how to fork in this episode. Right? What you can see on this screen is the page of the owner's repository, or the profile, and here is the repository that he owns. I'll just show you. This is the repository that I'm looking at, and I want to get into it. Alright, I click on it and then it will take me to that repository. The person who is viewing this page is the contributor. Alright, now here's the repository. The first step that I need to make as the contributor, I need to come here on this fork. There's some menu on this first repository. There is watch, fork, and star. What I need to do is just come here and fork. Hit that fork button. Alright, now it has brought me to this page. Create a new fork. And I've explained forking means making a copy as a repository in my GitHub account. Alright, so I'll need to call it by contributor. You can call it however you wish, but it should make some sense. Description, this maximum productivity, website contribution, feature. This is feature who is contributing to this project. And then after I've named my repository name, I come to the description. I write whatever I need to be written in the description. After that, I'll need to now hit the create fork button. It is now creating the fork. We wait for the process to be complete. The GitHub will, it's now okay now. That is the first step. I've completed the first step as the contributor. I've forked the repository and made a copy in my GitHub account. Second thing you need to do, you need to come to this code on this green button, and then I'll need to copy this link, copy URL to clipboard. After I do that, I come on to my computer folder and I'll create, now this, you are viewing this as the contributor. I'll make a folder in which I'll store the project. I'll clone the project. We call it contributing to MaxiPy project. All right, I'll get into it, and here it is. What I want to do is open a command line, and that is the cmd or the GitBash, and I'll show you how to use the two. I'll simply open the cmd here, right, and I'll open the git, right click on this space, then right click, it will open GitBash here. So I have two terminals here. It's a cmd and the GitBash. I can use either of the two. Just minimize this, yes. So what I need to do here is that I need to clone a website. Now I'm introducing another command, git command called git clone. Right? If I just type this command git clone, just push it, and then I have already copied the URL space, then I'll copy the URL. If I just hit enter, it will clone the repository into my computer. All right, if I also do the same, as I'm just highlighting on using either of the two command lines, that is the GitBash or the cmd. You can choose whatever you want, but I prefer to go with, for me, I'll prefer to go with the cmd because I'm used to it rather than the GitBash. So you come back to this. If I just hit git push, alright, our git clone, but it's actually a git clone, and then I'll paste it. I'll paste. You see, that is the reason I prefer using cmd, because when you are using GitBash, it comes with these characters that are not needed. So I need to edit this. I need to edit this, all of this. So you can see the advantage of using the cmd. It is easier to use than the GitBash, because when you clone when you copy a URL and you paste it in GitBash, it comes with other characters, other letters and symbols, and you see you don't have the time. I'm saving your time. That is the purpose of this channel, and which I'm asking for you to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. Right, let me go back. So it is a personal preference. I'll rather go with the cmd rather than the GitBash, but for now I'll just go with the cmd. I just wanted to shed some light on that. Using any command line will work for you. Let me go with cmd. If I just hit enter, we see that it will be cloning to the first repository, and it has finished. And you need to be connected to the internet so that you can download the repository. Cloning means downloading, which means you need to have some internet. And now the second step is complete. On the next episode, I will be now making changes in the project and show you how you can contribute to that project in your local machine. So see you on the next one.